morning everyone. In this video we're going to talk about good morning. Today we're going to talk about N95 masks, how to wear them, what's the uses of them, what kind of precaution we need to take while we're putting them on. Before we start a video, I just wanted to make sure you guys know the safety exits. In case of emergency or fire, please use the evacuation door on your left. Follow the green light, they will take you to the evacuation point, which is on the ground floor. This room, I have tried to control all the hazard that I can. If you feel uncomfortable, please let me know. So today's session is N95 mask. By the end of the session, the student will be able to demonstrate how to apply an N95 mask as per Department of Health. So to begin with, N95 masks. So Ritu, would you be able to tell me why they're important? Would you give me key point why we need to wear, where we need to wear N95s?
With infected area.
Infected area, yes. So if there is any infection going on, if there is any flu going on, if there is COVID going on, if there's any viral infection going on in the hospital, we can wear N95. Yes. What else? Which other? So is there any other places where we need to wear N95? You think any other symptoms when we need to wear N95?
I think when you get cold.
Cold?
Yeah.
So when you feel you got a cold or flu?
Yeah, cold and flu.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah. So you think if you came positive to COVID, do you need to wear an N95?
Oh yeah, that's other person. Yeah, COVID-19.
Yeah, if you got positive with COVID, we need to wear N95 mask. So before we go any further, just wanted to go brief explanation on what N95 are. So N95 respirators and surgical masks are the example of personal protective equipments. We call them PPE, that are used to protect the wearer from particles or from liquid contaminating the face. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health also regulate N95 respirators. The Department of Labor, Occupational Safety and Health Administration regulates entities to compliance with worker safety rules and OSHA standards. As per WHO, N95 masks form part of our additional precaution procedures. These are used when standard precautions alone are not enough to keep us safe. So when we have the standard precautions on, if somebody have a gastro or some other kind of infection going on, and we can see if our standard precautions are not working, then we can add on N95s. So with N95s, we know that we are sure there is no air going in or coming out, so that we don't breathe any bacteria or virus. So before we go further, with N95 mask on, I just want to talk about infection prevention and control. So there are chain reactions for the infection protections. So standard precautions, they are basic level of infection prevention and controls like cough and sneeze, hand hygiene and PPE. And there's a transmission-based precautions, which are contact precautions, droplet precautions, or airborne precautions. So we have three types of precautions. So first is contact. So we had a recent most example of contact precautions. Would you be able to tell me which one was it? COVID, yes. So during COVID, it was the standard contact precaution that when you come in contact with other person, you are getting sick. In that case, we can wear N95. And then there is a droplet precautions. So in case of droplet precaution, so So when someone's sneezing or coughing and there is a droplets coming out from her mouth, that will drop or very far away that we can imagine. They can travel in the air. So in that case, we can wear N95. So these are the precautions when we need to wear N95. And there's another one which is airborne precautions. So there's some bacteria that even if they're airborne, when we sneeze or cough, when they go in air, they don't die. They still travel. So in that case, we need to wear N95s. So which are the three precautions? Ritu, would you be able to tell?
Droplet? No,
Droplet, yeah.
Yeah, contact,
Droplet,
and airborne.
Airborne. So in these three precautions,
we need to wear a N95 mask.
Yes, that's good. So now, there is a chain of infection. So how does infection spread? So because we're going to talk about PPE and we're going to talk about N95, I just wanted to talk about the chain of the infection. Infectious, so it's spread by three elements. Okay. So first, infection element. And then mode of transmission. And then the host. So, you think Ritu, you'll be able to explain what infection element is? You have any idea what you think infection element is?
When your body is getting weak and you can't.
Yes. So that means you have infection element in you. So it can be anything, like any bacteria or anything that you are carrying when you're feeling sick. And then there is a mode of transmission. So the mode of transmission is maybe the way. So it could be
contact, droplet, airborne, and not poor hand hygiene.
Yes, perfect. So it could be all of these. So this all come back to N95. So then the host. Host is when, so the one that carry the infection. Let's see, I have a bacteria. I'm not doing the standard precautions, not using the PPE, not wearing the N95, and I have given it to you. And the chain go on.
Okay, that's called host.
Host, yes. So I'm just going to explain it. So we have talked about the chain elements. So there's three chain elements. First is infection element, then mode of transmission, and then the host. So the infection agents, organisms that are capable of producing infection or infectious diseases, they include bacteria, fungi, parasites, and virus such as COVID-19. Then a mode of transmission, the way organisms move from one place to another, unwashed hand, touching multiple surfaces, and people are the most common mode of transmission. This is called contact transmission. Coughing and sneezing is another mode of transmission. This is called
droplet.
That's it. And then the host, a person who is susceptible to infection due to lack of immunity or physical resistance, age, health, and nutrition status are also factors that influence susceptibility. Now the standard precautions. So standard precautions are the thing we do every day to achieve a basic level of infection control. So you think you would be able to name any? Do you think there is any that you can think of infection control?
How do we prevent it?
Yes, how do we prevent?
Yeah, good hand hygiene.
Perfect. So the best one is the hand hygiene. As we told in our last video, how to do a hand hygiene. It's a 20 to 30 seconds step that we need to make sure we have enough soap or rub, and then we rub the palm first, and then we go in between our fingers, we go back, both sides, clean our nails, clean the thumb, around the thumb, and our hands are now nice and clean. That's perfect. So Ritu, you think there is any other standard precaution that we do that we can see that can control the infection?
Use the correct PPE.
Yes. So use the correct PPE.
Yeah.
So how you think when we cough, we should cough or sneeze like in open, or you think there's
You
any
should
etiquette?
always cover.
Cover.
with
Yeah.
the-
So it's cough and sneeze etiquettes. And also environmental cleaning. So we make sure that we're cleaning the spots.
COVID-19 wipes.
Yeah, we use the antibacterial wipes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's perfect. So there are some standard precautions that we can put in place to make sure we can stop the infection. And then there is so I'm just gonna read out about transmission-based precautions. So the transmission-based precautions are used when standard precautions also are not sufficient to prevent the spread of infections. That's where our PPE comes. When we had COVID, so that's where when we wear the proper gowns, and that's when we wear the N95 masks. Yeah? So as we talked about contact precautions, droplet precautions, and airborne precautions.
Yeah.
So the contact precautions, they spread by direct or indirect contact with infectious people and their environment. So example, would you be able to give an example here for the contact precautions? Do we have any, you think there's any infection go on here that comes under contact precautions?
That's COVID-19.
COVID-19.
When you're gonna touch
Yeah.
someone without precaution, you will get the infection.
Yeah, and how about, what do you think about gastro?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
gastro as well.
So that's the infections that come under that, and then we're going to talk about droplet transmission precautions. So they spread by respiratory droplets. So you think there is any you can name on droplet precautions, Ritu?
When you sneeze and you don't cover.
Perfect. So it's the one that we get sneeze, cough. Yeah, that's mean cold, flu.
Yeah.
Yeah, these kind of things, they come in the droplet. And then we're gonna talk and COVID-19, whooping cough, influenza. They all comes under the droplet precautions. The airborne one. So there are very few diseases that are transmitted through the air. Airborne disease, liner in dust particles and respiratory droplets, which are eventually inhaled by other people. Common airborne disease include measles, TB, tuberculosis, whooping cough. So there's very few.
So TB is the one.
Yeah.
airborne.
Yeah, so yeah. Tuberculosis, it comes in the airborne precaution.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to show you how to wear an N95 mask. So have we seen the N95 mask before?
Yes.
So it's all air sealed. There is no way. So if any mask which we see it's teared on the side, you think we'll be able to use it, Ritu?
No.
No.
Because
So
the mask already infected, so you don't want. Yeah.
exactly. So we don't need to use any mask which the seal have been compromised. So if it's been compromised, we're gonna throw it in the bin. We're gonna get the one which is sealed properly. So there's few pictures that I'm gonna show you how to put it on. So what is the most important part that you think we need to begin before we wear N95? You think there's one most important step that we need to do before I open this?
Hand hygiene.
Yes. So before we start, we need to perform an hand hygiene. So to perform hand hygiene today, we're gonna use the hand sanitizer gel. So as we talked in the last video, we're gonna take a palm full of the sanitizer. We're gonna rub the palm first. Then we're gonna rub our fingers Then we're gonna do the back of her finger, make sure there's everything nice and clean. After this, we're gonna do our thumbs to make sure they're nice and clean. Then we're gonna do our palms, nails, and by the end of this, our hand cider sanitizer would be dry and our hands are now clean. So as we performed the hand hygiene, I'm going to show you how to wear a N95. So we open it, throw that in a bin. So we check if the seals are intact. Both seals are intact. Spread the mask. Okay, and then we open up the both plastics. Hold the N95 in your hands with the nose placed bar to your finger lips. If you and then place the N95 under your chin with the nose placed bar at the top. So we're gonna place this under our chin and this on the nose. Then the next step is, now I'm gonna pull the strap over your head, placing it near the crown. Yeah? So we're gonna pull it up to here, to put it on the, place it on the crown. Then we're gonna pull the bottom strap over and place it at the back of your neck below your ear. So this is how an N95 should look like from behind. So we have one strap that go on the top of crown of her head, and then one go behind her, just below her ears. And then from here, do not cross the strap. Make sure the straps lay flat and are not twisted. Okay? Now we're gonna take our fingertips and we're gonna place around nose. Make sure to close any holes or any, just to make sure. So we're gonna press it down on both sides of the nose, place to mold it, the shape of your nose, so that it fits exactly as her face. Now we're gonna do the test. Now we're gonna blow the air and see if there is any leakage in the mask. And if we feel there's any air coming out, we're gonna adjust it accordingly. Yeah? So now it's all nice and sealed. So to check the gaps, gently place your hands on the N95, covering as much as you would possibly, and then breathe out. Like, I don't feel any air coming out. That means we have successfully placed it. So now, once we got, let's say we placed the mask, and now I have been wear, some contact precautions out. And when I'm coming back, before I remove it, when I'm done, I need to do a hand hygiene. So why you think, Ritu, it's important to hand hygiene?
Because you just come back from the infected area.
Yes. So because I went in the infected area, I need to make sure before I touch my face, my hands are all nice and clean. So I'm going to clean my hands properly. And then, now I've done what I have to do. Now I'm going to remove her mask. So to remove the mask, I'm gonna grab the bottom stripe first, place top of your hair, and then one in the here, and then it will come off just like that. Yeah? And now we're gonna place it in the bin. And now what we're gonna do?
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. So you're gonna wash your hand with soap or water, or with the hand rub. So we're gonna make sure our hands are nice and clean. Yeah, so I'm gonna describe it one more time. So when how to put an N95, then we do exercise where you could be able to show me demonstrate me how to do it. And then yeah, we go from there. So I'm just going to repeat one more time just to make sure that we all understand. So place finger from both hand on the side of the nose piece. Place both thumb underneath the side of the nose piece and blend slightly at the center of the nose piece. Unfold the respiratory by pulling top apart, up and bottom part down so the respiratory is open all the way. Strap should be held on the top panel. Place respirator against your face with the bottom under your chin and the nose pin across the bridge of your nose. Hold the respirator on your face with one hand. With the other hand, pull the bottom securely under your chin. Pull one strap over your head and position it around the neck below your ears. Pull second strap over the head and position it high on the back of your head. Tab on the side of respirator may be used to further adjust face space for comfort. Make certain facial hair, jewelry, clothing are not between your face and the respirator as they will interfere with fit. Adjusting by pulling the bottom edge under chill while holding the top edge on nose. Place your fingertips from both hands at the top of the nose piece. And then you perform the seal check, and then after that we do the hand hygiene. So if now, Ritu, would you be able to show me how to put N95 on? Yeah? So now I've just shown how to put a mask on. Ritu, would you be able to demonstrate how to put a mask on?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, before I'm gonna put mask on N95, I'm gonna do hand hygiene.
Yes, good idea. That's a good one.
Okay, just I'm gonna do with the sanitizer, and this takes 40 to 60 seconds. First I need to see the mask is no broken, so I can use this one. I'm gonna tear from there. Okay, this one I'm gonna put this one. Now
Follow the instruction.
okay. Now I will hold this one. Just stretch. Make sure. Okay, I will stretch before this. Put them there, and then make sure. taking with 2 finger and pressing. And make sure my strips not crossing each other.
Yeah.
And now
How would you do the check, mask check?
breathe
Yes.
with
So-
the breath.
Yeah. So can you
If-
feel any air?
No.
No. Okay.
If I will feel air, it means my mask is not proper.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Sure. Do it. And I do.
And so I have to do hand hygiene 60 seconds. Take the soap, rub around. Make sure this, and this. So my hand is clean now. I need to take off mask as well. So I'm gonna put 2 finger.
Yes.
And I'm gonna take off the first stripes. Here.
Okay.
Before I'm wearing N95, I'm gonna do the hand hygienic with the gel. So I'll take 2 scoop of sanitizer and I'm gonna rub my hand 40 to 60 seconds. One. So now my hand is clean. So now I'm gonna put on. First I will check the mask is fully sealed. Yeah, I'm gonna tear from here and remove the mask. Okay. Now I'm gonna hold mask open with this. Make sure I'll pull the stripes down. Okay. And I'm gonna replace it, hold with this. So these are 2 straps. One will go around ear, first one, and second will go over the over here. Yes. So now you can see they are not crossing each other. Now I'm gonna press with 2 finger around my nose. Make sure I won't get any air. So I'm gonna take a breath and check. If I won't get breath out, it means my mask is right. So I can't feel it anything, so it means my mask is right. So now I'm going to resident room and now I'm coming out. First I will do the hand sanitizer because I came back from infected area. Same, I'm gonna use hand gel, 2 pump, and I'm gonna do hand sanitizer for 40 to 60 seconds. So now my hand is clean. I'm gonna take off the mask. I'm gonna use my 2 finger. I'm gonna take off the back stripes. And the second one. And I'm gonna put this in the rubbish. And again I'm gonna do hand sanitizer with same 40 to 60 seconds. And after that I'm going to wash my hands.